Hello. Welcome to YonNfoolery. I'm YonNfoolery. You are YouTube. This is Layers of Fear. And happy Halloween, motherfuckers. Woo! I got a little bit of my Halloween spirit going. I'm hoping to put on another bit a little bit later today. And in that one, I'll have a different outfit to go with. But that might not show up till tomorrow, but it'll be still in the spirit of today and Halloween and all that. But anyway, so this is a fun little guy that I put together for myself this year, and I'm very happy with the way it came out. But yeah, I have been away for fucking ever, and I apologize that I haven't been uploading anything. Just every time I want to do it, I just don't feel right, and it just ain't doing it. I got my my hobo wine for tonight. It's got its costume on, you know. So it's some. I don't know if anybody out there knows what this is, but Mad Dog 2020. It is it is unique, but it is my Halloween treat right now. Anyway, um, it's the blue raspberry flavor. Anyway, so this is Layers of Fear, and it's uh you may have heard of Layers of Fear. There's Layers of Fear 2, and there were some DLCs and stuff. This is a PS5 remake, like touch up, whatever, of that game. And what it is they took and made the game all over again, the exact same game, but they added all of them together into one game, and then they also have this overarching story that ties all of the other games into one game. So that's what this guy is. So we're gonna get into here, unveil the director's story with thrilling new chapter of Layers of Fear. Out now, free for everyone with current game update confirmed. That's cool. Um, yeah, I want to go new game because I've played some of this now. But the fun thing with Layers of Fear is every choice that I make affects the story. So unless I manage to make all of the exact same, and literally just I can turn around and you'll look one way and you'll turn around and look the other way, and then you'll turn around and look back the other way, and the hallways have changed. So even just those little decisions here and there, I can easily go on different routes that I don't mean to be going down. And that means that I have to be careful, and I have to make sure that I do exactly what I want to do if I'm going to follow a path. I don't actually know what all the paths go down, or what the right way or the wrong way to play the game is. There are multiple endings to the game, as far as I know. And so, but the point is even though I have played this game a couple of times, and then I've played this game, this specific version of the game a little bit, already, I won't necessarily have the exact same experience that I did those times, because there were things that I remember happening that didn't happen the last time that I played it, and so there might be things that I don't have happen. There might be other things that I've never had happen that happen. So we're all in for a surprise. We're all in for some jump scares here and there, and some spooky atmosphere. I definitely recommend watching this with your headphones on, and I will try not to scream too loudly. Uh, I apologize for some of the shininess of my setup. It is what it is. But we're going to start a new game here. Current progress will be lost. That's fine. I was cooking along for a little while there, and then I didn't play it for a couple weeks. So this is part of the new story. This lighthouse story here.
Nostrils stimulated, standing, venerated. Then one day,
she's a writer.
you took everything away but shame and pain.
So each of the stories have been from a different type of artist. The original Layers of Fear was a painter. The second Layers of Fear, if I'm not mistaken, was a musician. Then there was an actor, and then now this one is a writer. Musician. Or I mean, that was the actor. I mean, the musician was just before it. I haven't been able to go up those steps yet, as far as I have played in the game. So if we could figure out that... Oh, that... Yeah. Spooky.
I'm taking what's
I
mine.
love that, because I feel that, like, the sound that they give for that is just so good. 10 years earlier. Wait a minute. So what we just watched, I didn't notice that piece of story. This is 10 years earlier than what the cinematic we just saw. So we're going to end up 10 years in the future at some point. That's insane. I thought that all of this happened in the span of a few days to maybe a couple of weeks. One summer or winter or 3 months tops would have been what I would have expected. But like, okay, we're going to span 10 years.
It made me think of your poem. Congratulations.
Pocketed it. That's my son. Yeah. Okay, so before I go any further, I want to check a couple things. Okay, so that should be good. Okay. Yep, I think all that's good. So hopefully I'm coming through. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Still haven't done too many of these on PlayStation 5 yet. Is that all there was? I thought there was another thing. Maybe, see, that's the thing. Maybe there was another thing, and because it turned around and fucking initiated whatever else, now I gotta fucking go with it. Fucking... Oh, what? Oh, okay. I was trying to push the door, and it was a fucking pull door. You actually... Okay, so in this game, I have to hit R2 to grab it, and then I push forward to open it. So relative to the... So that's forward to do this. But if I look this way and do it, now I pull and push to put it back in. So depending on where you're looking, it'll change. And I thought it was a push door, and I was trying to push it, and it wouldn't open because it is a pull door. Okay, yeah, so that's, I think that's just a glitch. It's like, it's trying to like show like fogging or whatever, but it's like every once in a while it's gonna do it here in a second. You'll see it'll go like a whole bunch of it, and it'll like change real quick. 3, 2, 1, glitch. Nope. Shit. Maybe I have to look a little bit. Probably do it now. If it doesn't fucking do it, then I'm gonna be super paranoid because like that definitely did a fucking thing, and now it's not doing a fucking thing. Okay. Well, I'm gonna. Fuck, I'm gonna read that note. I hope it's there when I come back. I'm gonna go. Does this one? See how that's flickering? That's because of the light. Okay. Was this just like a trick of the light thing? I don't know. Okay. Well, let's go. Can I fix you? Nope. Dark hallway. Let's do it. Okay, so disclosure and full warning. There are flashing lights. There are probably like if you have photosensitive seizure type stuff. Disclaimer: don't be surprised if that kind of stuff happens. Be ready for that kind of stuff to happen. So if you have issues with that, then this may not be the video for you. Uh, and then beyond that, if you are like faint of heart and you're not wanting jump scares and things like that, uh, this is a horror game. This is a scary game. This is a jump scare game. There's a lot of creepy ideas. There's a lot of things that may be considered offensive in certain cultures or whatever. So, like, as always, if you have a problem with something, feel free to talk about it down below, but like explain to me what you had a problem with so that I understand it, and then I can see about whether or not I can maybe consider that in the future so that I be less offensive to your personal tastes. But beyond that, this is an entertainment thing that I do for myself. I do these because I have a fun time watching Mac and seeing what goes down. But I put them up here for you guys in a public way because I hope that maybe some other people can get some enjoyment out of it too. So, it is what it is. But anyway, feel free to leave comments and tell me what I'm doing stupidly or wrong or bad or offensively, or to compliment me if you want to be super nice. But, you know, likes to the videos are super appreciated, and if you want to watch the content in the future, I upload erratically. I have a plan to get regular, and when I get regular, I'll reinforce it. It's going to be on Wednesday, Thursday, Fridays. But like I've said it since I started the channel, and I haven't done it once. So if you want to see the videos when they come out, definitely subscribe and ring the bell so that you get a notification because they're super not to a schedule. So they can be happening at any time, any day, any place, any way. And if you wanna understand that it's happening, then you definitely need to subscribe to be able to ring that bell and get those turn those personalized notifications on so that you actually get those every time. All right. So back into the fucking basement. Oh, okay. Was that supposed to jump scare me? I that happened to me last time too. So I feel like no matter what you do, you bump that. But like last time, I almost didn't even notice it happen, and because I was like trying to be all brave and like just like get in here. Uh, but like this time, I wanted to kind of like see what happened, and I forgot that there was that there, but I remembered that there was something here. So I remembered it was there, but I didn't remember what it was. And then it happened again, and this time when it happened, it was like it was even less scary than the first time it happened.
Look, I'm aware of the rat's presence, okay? But nothing can be done about it.
This is
We've been
such
on this
bullshit.
island as long as anyone can remember. It's in our best interest to leave them be.
No, that's not how that works. Hey, I understand you want me to like be a pest control person and get rid of the pests, but the bugs have always been here. No point in getting rid of them. So it's locked. All right. Welcome back. Okay. Hello, fucking door. So I am live streaming. Just so you know. I would appreciate it if you did, but you do not need to. And all I would ask is that if you do not want to, that you let me know so that I have it in my brain. But if you make sure that your voice is shared so that if you're talking that it pops up in the video so that if I respond to what you're saying, it makes sense to anybody watching the video. But that's why if you're not comfortable with that, then that's fine. Just let me know so that like if you say stuff to me and I double talk back to you, like repeat what you say, it's not to be a dick. It's so that it makes contextual sense to people watching the video. Yeah, I think there's two settings, one that's like on for now and one that's like on for always. And then I don't know if they change it whenever there's an update or whatever, but long story short. Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, you have to do it again when you get on the PS5. Because it's a different... And you have to do it on each specific console you're on, actually, too. So if you have, like, you know, say, 3 PS5s that you're playing on, you're... I know, right? If only. I would like to have two. I would like to get a digital one for the living room TV over there. And then my disc one would be over here because I need the disc is fantastic for watching a movie. I don't watch physical movies anymore. I can't remember the last time that I actually watched a physical movie. I stream shit. I have streaming services. That's why I pay as much as a cable subscription for streaming services. Is I have all of them basically. You know what I mean? So I pay too much for my internet because I want to have enough to be able to do this shit while everybody else in the house is doing everything they want to do and still have enough bandwidth left over for me to game with no lag. So I pay for the gig speed internet shit. You know what I mean? When I do my bandwidth test on the PlayStation 6, because I have one of those. No, the PlayStation 5. What the fuck? When I do my bandwidth upload download shit on the PlayStation 5, I will score in the 600 to 850 megabit per second download. And then I get usually between 60 and 120 upload. So if there's lag going on, it's not on my end. It's on Sony's. You know what I mean? Like, I'm usually not the person in the party that's, like, having lag issues. Or my internet service provider is having some problems tonight. And then there have definitely been times where I'm like, what the fuck? And then I go look online and it's like, yeah, our shit's down. We're sorry. We're working on it. Because I still have my cell phone that's not through them. They keep trying to sell me on joining their cell phone network. And I'm like, yeah. But I don't have any confidence that if you can't keep your cable network up and running, that when that goes down, your cell network might also take a shit. And then I have literally no communication abilities.
Yeah.
My house phone is connected through the internet, through my cable internet. I do not have cable TV. I just have internet, but then I pay for a
Yeah,
bunch
yeah,
of subscription shit. I have Netflix, Hulu,
all that stuff.
HBO Max. I have we have Disney Plus. I have Paramount. I have What are all the others? Peacock. I have
Oh
Amazon
God.
Prime Video.
What's on the list?
I have Crunchyroll.
Oh man.
I have all the free ones
Bunch
too.
of stuff. Yeah.
I'm not even gonna list all the fucking Plutos and all those shit, but like I definitely have all those, the Voodoo or whatever it is, what's there's a V1 I think. Anyway, but yeah, my smart TV has a bunch of them. All of our TVs in the house are smart TVs, and that's fucking stupid that I have 3 TVs. Oh my god. So I have the one that I play games on over here. I call it Jan's Corner.
Okay.
It's supposed to be the dining room,
Yeah.
but we don't have a dining room table, and we just use TV trays.
Okay.
Like we don't. Like, we have a table that we could, like, a folding table we could set up and like put a tablecloth over and like pretend to be nice. But like
everybody do that.
we just us. So what the fuck?
Right. You gotta make it comfort for yourself. That's the whole.
Well, and it's like I wouldn't mind sitting at a table and having dinner at a table, but like sitting next to her with my TV tray and her TV tray, like it's not actually all that different. You know what I mean? And instead of sitting at a table in a like wooden table chair, we're sitting on our couch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not a couch even. It's like 2 recliner chairs joined together with a center console.
Yeah.
That we got for free.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, a family member was getting rid of it. They're like, anybody want it? We're like, okay.
Yeah, sure. I'll take it.
That you're transporting it to us? Yeah, we'll go for that.
Oh, good deal. And delivery.
My dad was doing he still is, but in a less thorough way. But he was doing driving for my brother-in-law's business.
Okay.
And so my dad's retired because of some shit that was going down with the company. He figured better get out while the getting's good.
Yeah.
So it was a family-owned company that had been doing this, that, and the other for a long-ass time, but then they sold out because of financial reasons. And then the people that were now running it were just, like, running it into the ground. And so he's like, well, I have retirement. I can retire early right now. I lose out on some of my pension stuff. But if I try to stick it out, the whole thing blows up. I don't know if there'll be anything.
Yeah, there's gonna be any pension.
Right. So he got out then. Plus, it gave him the excuse that he could buy a motorhome and drive down to California, where my sister was at the time, because that's where her husband was working. Because he is an iron worker.
Oh.
So he does construction ironwork stuff. For like the skeletal bits of buildings, and then also with like some of the more decorative siding stuff, where they like layer sheets and awnings and things like that.
All this stuff.
But and anyway, no, there's a lot of the time he's up, multiple stories in the sky, just walking around doing shit, like you see in the fucking movies, and they definitely shouldn't be, but that's what they're doing. Because it's easier. Anymore, he's actually a desk jockey.
Oh.
Like, because he's now, like, his dad owns the business now.
Yeah.
And so he's now, like, the heir apparent.
Cool. A lot of work, but nice.
Right.
Something.
He right now he's just running certain jobs, but that means a lot of him sitting behind a desk and, like, figuring out the, like, nuances of who's doing what, when, and how. And he hates it because he would rather be out fucking doing the work.
Oh, he's a hands-on guy, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. That makes...
Well, and plus, I feel like he's found a compensation, or he's been just, ignoring it and getting out there and doing it anyway. But I feel like he's found a time for like getting some like personal workout time in instead of getting the workout on the job. Like finding a vent to be able to do that extracurricularly through like legitimate exercise times or sports or whatever. Because for a little while there, he was starting to kind of try to imitate me and pudge up a little bit. Like I've been like kind of weird where like I don't get fat in my face all that much. My cheeks will get a little rounder, but beyond that, like I don't really get fat. I get fat in my gut.
Yeah.
And then my midsection in general, you know what I mean? Like that's like I have a picture of me and my sister. She is third trimester, pregnant, and I'm just beer belly. And I'm standing with my beer belly fully relaxed, and I've got one hand underneath it and one hand on top of it, and she's pregnant next to me, and we're both side-faced profile, and the picture is of both of us comparing our bellies, basically, with that, pregnant pose. So I'm cradling my beer belly like a pregnant lady, and she's actually pregnant doing the same thing, and we both look fucking pregnant.
God damn.
Because I'm not fat everywhere else. You know what I mean?
It's just belly.
But like I said, yeah, I get a little rounder in my face if I put on some weight, but beyond that, like I don't get like you see like, you know, some people like really like their cheeks fill out and everything else.
Yeah.
And then my arms kind of stay more or less the same, and then my legs more or less stay the same, and my butt too. Like my neck, like literally,
It's
like
sort of
I get a
body
little
type.
bit of a double chin, but it doesn't matter because I have a big ass beard, so nobody knows.
It just hides. Hide it.
Which is not the
Camouflage.
reason I have a big beard,
I mean, it's a plus though.
but it's a plus.
It's a plus.
It's also like I have like if I take my hat off here, I have like big receding hairline like up the two sides. And like I'm not like self-conscious about it or anything. I don't give a fuck about it because I would prefer to have no hair.
Oh, you want to bald it?
I shave my head on the regular, but
Okay.
that takes effort.
Yeah.
So when I'm lazy, my hair grows out, and I'm balding all over the place. Like I have a big bald spot in the back too. Not straight bald, but very very thin. Where like if the light's hitting it, you're like, oh, not so much hair back there, is there, sir? But the point is, I don't really give a fuck about that because I wear hats all the time because I like them. They're fun.
Yeah.
But also, like, the funny thing is I wear hats all the time to cover up my hair that I just don't take care of.
Yeah.
Because I don't want it.
Put it like that. Yeah.
So, like, it's like, you know, like girls with long hair, they don't want to style their hair today, so they'll throw it in a ponytail is the stereotype,
Yeah.
right?
done. And
Or anybody with long hair, technically.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I don't want to do anything with it today. Ponytail, that'll be good enough. Nobody will know.
Skirt.
Right? Like, it's been 4 days since I've showered, but it'll be fine. Right? Like, it's in a ponytail. Nobody can tell. But long story short, that's kind of me with a hat. It's like
Whip it on.
I don't want the hair. Like, if I actually take the time to shave my head, I would say like 56% of the time I don't wear a hat.
Oh, man.
Like, just a little over hat. Like, I like wearing hats. They're fun. I have a bunch of different types. Like this one is a fedora that I've put horns in.
Yeah, I remember that one.
And then, but I have a couple of flat caps, you know, that are kind of those newsboy types. And then some of them are really nice looking ones. And like one of them's like a really nice felt one that's like a woolly felt one that's like water resistant and everything, and it's got that nice like big old to it. And then I've got another one that's kind of got more of like a torn fabric texture to it. That's like trendy, I guess. I don't know. And then I've got a couple of them that are literally like made out of like jersey material, like mesh. So they're really like light and airy and comfortable, but they still block my head from some of the sun when I'm out in the summer. So they're nice and cool to wear. So I got a bunch of those that I like to wear, and then I got a couple of beanies. I got, well, recently I got a fucking gnome hat.
A gnome hat?
Do you not remember the big ass cone that I had on?
Oh, that one. That's your gnome hat?
So I bought it because I wanted it to be a hat that I could wear for my Harry Potter cosplay.
Oh, yeah.
Because I wanted a wizard hat that's kind of a pointy wizard hat, but like all of the ones that I found were like costume ones that were like made out of foam or like that really soft like pillowy foamy material, and they were like silver and purple wizard hats with like stars and moons on them and shit. And I'm like, even though that's literally what she describes Dumbledore's outfit is that he's wearing a pointed wizard hat with stars and that's silver and purple with stars and moons, like that she literally describes like costume, like joke costume, but like obviously his is immaculate and fancy looking.
Yeah.
But that like when you go to the like dollar store and get a wizard outfit, and it's got those like silly stars and this, like that's what they're emulating is this actually amazing wizard, but they're just doing it in a really like shitty knockoff way, right? That's the joke she's making there. It's like super like meta, but like that's what there's a lot of that shit in Harry Potter that is like I that's why I understand why people blame her or accuse her of stealing the stories.
Oh.
Because that's the urban legend is that like she didn't actually write them, but that she like found them and stole them and like adopted them as her own, even though they were actually somebody else's. That she never wrote them, she just took credit for them. But whoever did write them fucking knew what they were doing all the way through, and she was still writing them supposedly as they were coming out. So, like, she had to have known the entire story and, like, was literally just letting us in on it as she was going. Or she had all of this and then just time-gated it so that it looked like she was still writing it.
Yeah. Very much so.
And that's the conspiracy theory, is that that's what she was doing. And because like there's some shit that it's like you seemed like you had no idea what you were doing with this character at the beginning of the story, and then you did some shit that you're like, well, why would that character be doing that shit? And then later on you said some shit that was like, wait, so the thing they did in the first book that made no sense and didn't seem like it had any purpose actually was the foreshadow for the fact that they're all of this? What? And then you look back and you're like, oh, wait, numerology-wise, this adds up to this, and these are all interchangeable, and this is actually a corresponding theme that is only specifically tied into this one character, and it only shows up when this one character is doing these types of things, and it foreshadows the fact that they're actually a bad guy when they seem like a good... What? There's some crazy conspiracy shit in the Harry Potter books that I don't even understand, and I don't have the mental fortitude to give a fuck about. But they are crazy, and it's insane to consider that she just magically stole some, like, Tolkien-level notebooks from some guy who was just making his fantasy world of wizards, and that she just managed to get like this Tolkien level of creation and has all of it at her disposal, and then offed the guy who made it, and then just started piecemealing it out, going, ooh, look it was all me all along. It would take so many levels of crazy for that to be real, and yet when you talk to her, she's a fucking idiot. Like, she's a nincompoop. She's like people have like called her out because there's a lot of inconsistencies when it comes to the numbers in Harry Potter. And she's like, oh yeah, well, I'm not very good at maths.
Is what it is, fellas.
That's her excuse. It's like, yeah, I just don't give a fuck when it comes to adding numbers and dividing and subtracting. So I just kind of go with what sounds right and just hope it's close.
Oh god.
It's a story. I don't care. But everything else is crazy intricate. So it's like, wait, that's really inconsistent. Like, if you're super fucking, even down to certain like numerology things that like stay consistent, right? Like, there's numbers that are a big deal, and then there's other numbers that are like, wait, you said this is important, and then you in the next bit said a completely different thing. What? So there's so many like contradictions and inconsistencies to it that it just feels weird as fuck. You know what I mean? They're like, wait, you were overly attentive to all of these details, and yet you didn't give a fuck about these other things, which, to be fair, they really don't affect the story, but they're definitely all over the place, and it's weird that they are.
Yeah.
But they don't affect the story.
No sense.
The shit that affects the story is like hyper attentive to detail, and it's always on point. All the other shit, it's kind of like, I fucking rolled a die 20 and decided it was this one today.
Feel like that. Oh man.
I don't know if you've read the Harry Potter books at all.
I did as a kid. It's way back though.
So do you understand? Like, I assume that you're kind of like getting what I'm talking about a little bit. Where like there's like certain things that it's like, whoa, this is a callback to this thing, which then links all of those things together because it's gonna walk you through it. You don't figure it out for yourself. It tells you that these all connect to each other, but they make sense. Like, it feels
that
right.
I don't remember. I think I dropped it because at some point I was like, eh.
Well, okay. So like, so I'll use an example of a fairly early on thing. So in Prisoner of Azkaban, we find out that the rat that Ron Weasley has is actually Peter Pettigrew.
Yes, I remember that.
When we find out about that, it is brought up. Didn't you think it was weird that this was your hand-me-down rat?
Yes.
Like that. Like, this rat has lived a stupid long life for a rat. Like, they don't live that long, bro. Are you thick? And it's like, oh yeah, because he does mention that in the first book, that like, oh yeah, it's kind of a family thing, and it's like, wait, this one rat has been like hand down for multiple school generations? Like, what? So that's weird. But like, we just like are like Wizarding World. We're just, everything's weird right now. Nothing matters. We don't care because that was the first book. We didn't know anything at that point. So everything was weird. We were Harry Potter at that point. We were learning. But then like a couple books later, she's like, but didn't you notice that the rat has been alive for way too long?
Like, what?
And it makes perfect sense. It's also 100% retcon. Like, she just said a funny thing in the first book, and she's like, oh, I could take advantage of that here. The rat is the bad guy. Nobody will expect it because it's too obvious.
It's too obvious. It's wild. Shit. Never thought about that.
That's my point. It's super smart, but it's also like sounds like somebody's just connecting dots where like it's definitely something that I could have just went, oh, but all of these add up together. You know what I mean? Right. Conspiracy theory shit. But also, it sounds pretty real.
There we go. The war braid. Bam.
All right. Well, back to so did you I assume you got that figured out?
Yeah, I already have it figured out.
Yeah, I thought I remembered hearing that.
An opportunity to write the book on the subject in our lighthouse.
Right now, I'm trying to focus on not losing.
What do you play?
My Age of Wonder 4 gameplay.
Oh, okay.
Seems like I've been making too much silly decisions.
Oh, that's right. I don't have any fucking light source.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I kind of hate the door system in this game.
Which one are you playing?
Layers of Fear.
Layers of Fear. All right.
So you walk up to the door and you have to hold R2, and then you either pull towards you or push away from you, depending on what the door does.
Mm-hmm.
With your right thumbstick.
Okay.
So you hold R2 and then you push forward or backwards with your right thumbstick to open or close the door. So if the door is a pull door, you have to pull it back toward you. If it's a push door, you have to push it away from you. If you do it just a little bit, you'll kind of creak the door open. You can look through the corner if you want. You know what I mean? Or you can just like push it forward and just like throw the door open.
Just go in there.
Yeah. Zippy Rose, you've met, right?
Yes.
They when we were playing D&D, they were playing a rogue.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a running gag that like they would deliberately and without abandon declare that they are with stealth flinging the door open.
Oh man.
And they would then roll a nat 20.
Woo.
This happened multiple times.
Coming in hot.
Where they were like, "No, I'm just going in," and they actually wouldn't give the specification. I'm deliberately flinging the door open, but they were like, "No, I'm just going. I'm stealthily going in, but I'm not doing it quietly."
Swift.
Like I'm not going in slowly or carefully at all, but I am trying to be stealthful. And then our DM would be like, "All right, well, roll," and it would be Blade, but he's like, "All right, well, roll." And they would roll, and they would nat 20 on, and they would fuck up a lot of other rolls. So it wasn't like they were cheating. It was just on all of those moments, they would fucking nat 20. And then like, as the DM, he would be like, "All right, so your character walks up to the door and flings it open and slides through Kramer style or whatever. Like, shaha, I'm here." And like, but makes no noise when they do it. It's just
fast.
And it's just the door's open, but like then they're just standing in there and just like, "Yep, I did that."
Got that right.
Like you if you were standing there and you turned away to do a thing and then turned back and the door is wide open and like moving in like a rattly bangy way, like it's been thrown open, but is somehow not making any noise. And then the person is there and attacking you because they have obviously busted through the door like Call of Duty style, like sprinting through the door. But it made no noise, even as it's reverberating off the wall.
Pure skill.
So that became the running joke, basically. It was that, like, whenever they would bust in, they would literally bust in, but, like, silently. Do you know what, and I would not be surprised if you do not, because this is I would assume 100% American thing.
Alright.
That is not, I cannot imagine exporting this. Like, if anybody is asking for this as an import, then, like, I pity them and their soul, because, okay. But I love it too, so like I guess like I mean that's the thing, like I'll hear about certain things that are like big in Japan and I'm like, but nobody here likes that. It's so great that they love something that nobody here likes. So it's like, popular only it's this person in America doing a thing and they're making a buttload of money, but only because another country cares.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Actually, yes.
And it's marketed as being American, but nobody in America does it. And then everybody in Japan's like, "Yes, we're doing this American thing that this one person in America is marketing to them." You know what I mean?
Yes, there's definitely a couple of things here.
Like, KFC did that.
Yeah.
They have the fried chicken in Japan or China, one of those two. That is like 100% like fried chicken is not an American Christmas thing.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, that's
but
Japan. I don't know.
It is 100% a big thing. Is it Japan? I thought it was Japan.
Yeah.
I knew it was either Japan or China, but like, yeah, it's 100% a big thing over there because they got commercials that told them it was.
Yeah, yeah, I remember that. I was always thinking that. I was like, hey, why is that such a thing that Japanese people go like to KFC during Christmas? I was like, what is the
Because
thing
they
with that?
think that's what you're supposed to do for an American-styled Christmas.
Christmas. I don't, I'm not too sure. I think I saw somebody ask the same exact thing, and they said it evolved from being like seen as American thing to just being now.
No, it was deliberate
I
marketing
think there
on the
was also a thing
behalf
for
of
Valentine's
KFC.
Day with KFC, but I could be wrong. I might have to read into this.
Yeah.
No, it was 100% marketing on KFC's point that
Oh,
there was one guy who had like a franchise chain, and so it wasn't KFC specifically, but it was KFC adjacent. So
okay.
there was one guy who had like a bunch of KFCs in Japan franchises,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Man, I need people to start coming to my shit more, and it's coming up on the holidays." So he ran a commercial spot talking about how
That was a conversation.
if you want to experience Christmas where Christmas was born, you know, the way, you know, because like apparently like Americans own Christmas,
Yeah.
right? Like, but like if you want to experience it the right way, the American way, then you come to KFC for a Christmas
Come
dinner
on down.
special.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm exaggerating it to some degree, but that's the idea. Is like he did a whole like marketing campaign that like was like,
Go there.
if you want to be cool like the Americans are, then this is the way you do it,
That's the way to go.
and it worked.
That is so wild.
And then it just became like a thing
Thing, yeah.
that stuck around, and that like there will be people who have heard it for so long that when you try to explain to them that it's not real and that it was just a marketing ploy, they will get defensive.
They're like, nah.
Because they're like,
That lie.
no, it is in fact American. I'm like, but I'm American and I know it isn't. And they're
Yeah.
like, well, you were in the wrong part of America.
Yeah. Like, what? You sit there.
Your family
Yeah.
did it wrong.
Like,
No,
what the
turkey is the big thing usually. It's either turkey or ham usually. You know what I mean?
hell? Yeah. It's turkey. For me, it's turkey. I'd say turkey is just like.
But then that's the funny thing is that turkey is not native to that country. They don't actually have turkeys in Turkey, native wise.
Yep.
Like
True.
there are no turkey birds in the country of Turkey. That's a word that we decided to call that bird. And then if you go around the country, they have a bunch of weird words to call turkey.
Yeah.
And none of them point to the fact that, if I'm not mistaken, the turkey is actually native to the Americas.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, should.
I think it's like South America
I think
and
so, yeah,
Middle
South
America,
America.
but then it's spread up and down, you know. But like, I feel like the big turkey that we're talking, you know what I mean? Like the husky turkeys. There's other birds that are called the turkey family. And there's other birds that are called turkey that are not turkeys.
Indeed, sir. Oh,
But
what's this?
as far as the like big like Thanksgiving bird turkey, you know what I mean? Like the pilgrim turkey. I don't know if you know what I mean by that. The pilgrim turkey. Like the one that, like, whenever you see the cartoons of all the like pilgrim settlers and the Indians having their first Thanksgiving thing, it's super racist.
Most of them, yeah. Most of them depicted the.
I'm indigenous Native American, so like
Yeah.
it's I don't look it because I'm white.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you are
But-
and you embrace the culture, then
Well,
you have full right to
right.
see it as how it is. That's just how it is.
And then so yeah, I'm a registered member of my tribe and all that. I am not as involved with their political structure as I should be, so it's kind of like one of those where like I have a firm belief that if you don't vote, you don't get to bitch.
Yep.
If you don't have enough of this, that, or the other to like put your vote to it, then and you had the option to, then when it comes, whatever it comes to is what you voted for by not voting. And
it's
so
an
when
odd
my tribe
aspect.
does some shit that I don't agree with and I didn't participate in that election or whatever, then it's like, well, I guess I accidentally condoned it by not speaking out against it.
Speaking of it, yeah. I feel that.
And so,
It's
but beyond that, like, yeah, I 100% am a member of that tribe, and it is just part of the way I was raised in my culture. And I find it funny that tomorrow, the 1st of November, is the beginning of Indian Heritage Day,
Indian heritage.
which is not talking about people from India.
Yeah, which Native American would they? Yeah, yeah.
It's talking about the indigenous peoples of America, or otherwise known as American Indians, or indigenous, or Native Americans, or First Peoples, or like the different areas have different words for it. And the funny thing is, in my opinion, the only right term would be something in the direction of like indigenous, because that implies that you're the people that lived there first.
First, yeah.
Because
Nothing else.
Native Americans is descriptive of anybody who was born and raised here,
Yep.
in my opinion. Like, I
Makes
find
sense,
it
yeah.
funny to call a person an African American unless they recently immigrated from Africa to America.
Yeah.
Like, if you live in Britain or whatever, at, London or whatever, what would be considered like Britain, and then you come to America, like, okay, British American, sure, but your kids are not. Your kids are just American because they were born here.
True.
That's just my mind. That's not the way it is considered.
Yeah,
But-
I was about to say. Usually, I thought that people that use those terms usually they're trying to
It's
like.
passed down to their
No,
children
but-
as well.
Yeah. I feel like they view it as, oh, you're either from the Western world or the European side, so East or West. I guess again comes it down to break it down, because usually you say.
And I agree,
African,
because
European.
you don't hear a lot of people describe themselves as Norwegian American
Yeah.
or Swedish American. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They say either I'm American or I'm some European.
Well, or I'm some other country that has largely not Caucasian people.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even feel like it's the people that come from there denoting, oh, I do come from here. I feel like it's the white guys going, which one of the not white people are those ones?
Yeah.
Like, needing to, like, we're all the white ones, we all look alike. And it's funny, because, like, that's the joke, is that all black people look alike or whatever, right? And yet, most people would be offended if you just called them African.
Yeah.
Like, no, I am Nigerian, or no, I am this, that, or the other, right? Like,
Yeah, true.
I'm not African. Like, that'd be like being like, oh, you're American, which most guys don't give a fuck about. But like, no, I'm a Washingtonian.
Yeah, I'm from Washington.
Fucking, hey, no, here, how about that? Like, one of my biggest weirdos is like how like some of the states call their residents. So from Washington, I am a Washingtonian. From Oregon, you are an Oregonian. From Idaho, you were an Idahoan. Like, somebody was making a joke there, I feel. But here's the real one. God, what was it? I'm just gonna say it to Google and it'll tell me.
Go from there.
Hoosier.
According to Hoosier National Forest, History and Culture, Hoosier, pronounced Hootser, is an inhabitant or native of Indiana, and the name...
So if you're an Indiana person, like a person who lives in the state of Indiana, you are a Hoosier.
Hoosier, okay.
What?
That's very...
Like, What?
What the heck?
Like, so Florida?
Floridian?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
That always sounded to me like a chemical on the periodic table.
You add a bit of Floridian, but not become unstable.
But yeah, like, and then you got like Georgian, and, you know what I mean? A lot of them are. It's like, okay, that kind of feels. And then, but then you got Indiana. Yeah, we're Hoosiers.
Hoosier, yeah. You know what that feels like? Like, how did that whole thing get started? Like, it feels. I don't know. I don't want to stretch too much, but it feels like one of the first states to start doing that, or media start doing it. Didn't they start calling people from Texas Texans? Oh, you're through and
Right.
through
Well,
Texan.
and that's the issue. So, like,
And
yeah,
it kind
whatever.
of spiraled from there.
And Texas didn't even exist in the first 13 colonies, and so you definitely had Bostonians.
Oh man.
Right, because like if you're in Boston, you're a Bostonian. And then like I'm trying to think of what it is. God, I'm gonna ask Google because I don't remember. What do you call somebody from Maine?
See, I wouldn't know that. Oh boy. Let's see what Alexa spits out.
Oh, okay. This is Google actually, but yeah.
Oh, Google or Google Sensei. Yeah.
So actually it won't tell me that, but it gave me a link, so I'm here. I'm gonna scroll down to it, and then I gotta go back up and read through these now. Even though I'm supposed to be playing a video game. Yeah, haha, I am still here, but like this is more important, people.
In a second, because I gotta go grocery shopping after you finish. Find
So
out.
Maine, what was that? Was we were on, right? So Maine. So people who live in Maine are called mariners.
Oh come now!
I knew it was fun. That's why I was like this one.
Oh
But
my
like,
God.
yeah, like you got some crazy shit. So yeah, you're gonna be back in a little bit. You said.
No, I said I'm about to go grocery shopping, and
Dear,
I was just waiting for you to find out that
congratulations once again
people from
on
Maine
winning
called
our
mayonnaise.
competition.
Mayonnaise,
Your
mayonnaise, get the
submission
fresh mayonnaise.
astonished us,
It could be a tongue
and we
twister
are
at one point.
delighted to welcome you in our hermitage. Make yourself at home. The whole lighthouse is at
But
your
yeah,
disposal.
also gives you a little bit of time to play the game, and not squander your precious streaming time here finding out random stuff.
Oh, but if anybody's actually somebody who
fun
watches
stuff.
my shit, like they should know that like unless they're engaging with me and moving me along, like I'm most likely just gonna get lost in a tangent of thought and just like forget to play the video game while I talk about things.
Oh man, it's good stuff though. I've learned something new yet again. Where are my belts? See, I've been laughing with you with this stuff, and now I lost my goddamn belt. Trying to
Your
get dressed.
belt?
My belt, yeah. I had like a nice belt picked out for my outfit here, but
Our
now I don't know where I
sources
put it
say
because I was
100
running around.
entries have
Shit.
been submitted to the
My ADD has
That
infected
one
you.
was surprising,
Yeah.
to say the
Or,
least.
yeah,
It wasn't
rather than that,
strong.
reignited my own.
Someone with
Oh,
proper
sure.
education that would
Yeah.
give them an understanding of
My
life.
ADHD
It was a sensation.
tangents of thought have like
Horror ride.
grabbed your
Damn it.
attention enough that you forgot to like maintain your focus.
The sleeper cell awakened. Where the heck did I put? Dude, I don't live in a goddamn penthouse.
Oh,
a big
no, you want
apartment.
to know the one that's great about that is like the past
Oh, there it
like
is.
3 or 4 days, my wife has been fucked up because of her wrist surgery.
Yeah.
Well, like I'll be like, do you know where? Like she's laying in bed 90% of the time. She'll get up, come out to the couch, like eat
Couch,
something,
yeah.
do something, or whatever, go back to bed because it's more comfortable. You have an adjustable frame that she can actually be in there and be comfortable.
Yeah.
And I actually have a TV hooked up in there. That's the third TV that I was going eye rolls about. It's actually an old monitor that I used to play on here, and then when I bought this monitor, we moved that one in there, and I put it on a wall mount.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, she'll lay in there while she's recovering and whatnot. But like she's not been walking around and looking at shit. I'll be like, "Do you know where this thing is?" She'd be like, "Yeah, it's over on the left corner of the couch, like 2 feet in front of that, and then underneath shoebox."
Damn.
And I'm like, "What?" And I'm like, "It is exactly what she just fucking said."
Oh man.
Like what?
wild. That's the.
It's like, you haven't been there in 3 days. What are you talking about? How do you know that that's there? How do you even remember that? I don't care if you saw it there at some point. How do you remember that it's there? Like, my brain doesn't work that way.
Wow.
But then, like, I'll tell you exactly what a character said in a TV show that I watched once 20 years ago.
If you're focusing, like you said. Alright. Time to get those groceries.
You better get them. Don't let anybody else get them.
Yeah, no, don't use that against me. What was the one I said? Oh yeah, travel advice. Come visit Germany before Germany visits you.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, that was what I was going to tell you earlier. Is that I was on that Reddit hole that I was going down, and the two people were having their like argument in the restaurant, right? Which, proverbially, and like I'm overwatching this, and like, you know how when you walk in on an argument, you have this like mental dilemma of, do I intercede because I might be backing up the asshole?
Yes. Yep.
So you kind of want to wait to see the way it like finishes before you defend anybody.
Yep.
Well, I had the benefit of this happened like 12 months ago. So like, I'm literally stirring up shit that's been dead for months.
Oh god.
But basically, there was this one guy, he made the micro machines joke. And then another guy came in, and he was like, actually, nano machines are smaller than micro. I hate to be that guy, but yeah. And that's his comment. Now, micro machines guy comes back and says, well, I guess you just didn't get the joke, but whatever. And then other guy comes back in and says, well, I'm German, so maybe something got lost in the translation, but I thought you were talking about the video game micro machines that has to do with small cars driving around. And the other guy comes back in and goes, oh, wow, so you got the joke and just said a thing anyway. Guess I shouldn't have expected a German to have a sense of humor.
Damn. I mean, true.
And the funny thing is that like the other guy had apologized for not getting the joke.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, maybe it was just something I didn't get. It is what it is. But you know, and like I didn't think it was funny. Like, he got downvoted a bunch, so like nobody else thought it was funny either. You know what I mean? But like anyway, so then he gets all like, he's like, shouldn't have expected a German to have a sense of humor or whatever, right? And so then the German, because that's what I'm going to call him. So there's the German, and then there was what was the other guy? His comment was the funny guy. We'll call him the funny guy.
Funny guy.
The original one that tried to make the comment about micro machines. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so the German is the one that was like, actually, nano is smaller than micro. Like, I don't want to be that guy, but yeah, your joke is dumb because it's wrong.
It's very German.
And he's like, but it's a joke, so you don't get it. And it's like, no, we all get that it's supposed to be a joke. The problem is it's only funny if people laugh at it. Like, I could be a stand-up comedian, walk up on stage and go, bazookas, am I right? And there's a good chance that enough of the crowd will laugh at that the other half of the crowd will also laugh at it because they're worried about not getting it. And the first half of the crowd only laughed at it because it was so random and dumb that they were like, oh my god, what the fuck?
What the fuck?
And then the other half were like, we get it too. What? They're all panicked and shit. Like, is this going to be one of those comedy shows that it's over my head?
What's going on here?
But anyway, long story short, yeah, like I definitely was like, God, you're coming at him super hostile. What the fuck? And so, long story short, basically they go back and forth, and every time the German guy is like, well, I'm sorry that obviously something about me is like not making sense or is bothering you. And then every time he says that, speaking specifically about the thing that the person complained about last time, the person now complains about a new thing, saying, well, I never even said I was this way. And I'm like, you're just trolling this poor German who is just trying to be nice to you. And the worst part is the German said that he was definitely bilingual and had 100% fluency in German and English, and then kept making grammatical errors. So I'm not, and he said he was using a German keyboard, and so it was the keyboard's fault. I 100%
Some of
believe
the
that that's
letters.
probably true. But
Some of the letters are Irish, not all.
But if you know that that's happening, then proofread your fucking post.
Indeed.
Like, that excuse only works so far. When the next 4 posts you make also still have that same problem, you don't get that excuse anymore.
It's just too much.
But anyway, so the other guy just kept like using those to tear him apart, and then he kept apologizing, and then eventually it got to a point where he was like, well, anyway, I've said all the nice shit that I can say, and if you want to keep being a dick, then keep being a dick. But anyway, I'm done with this. Can we just call it a split?
Oh, god damn it. I'm dropping my stuff.
And then it was at that point that I went back up to the point where I felt like the person went from being annoying to being an actual deliberate dick. And I responded to that one, and I was like, to be fair, I am American, and I thought you were a troll.
Was starting to turn into one, like, goddamn.
Like, I'm just saying, like, the German thinking that you were being kind of a dick to him, not even a German misinterpretation. I'm American, and I thought you were being a dick to him.
Because he probably is.
Right. That's my point. So I'm kind of hoping that I get a response because I'm sick like that.
Alright, good sir. Enjoy the streaming. I'll be back in a bit. I'm gonna do my duties now.
Yeah. I hope your duties go well.
I hope so too. Gotta get gas as well, I just remembered. Goddamn. Too lazy yesterday.
I almost made duty into a poop joke, so the fact that then you went to gas was like, God, I wish I had. Missed opportunity.
See you in a bit.
Take it easy. Alright, let's get back to it, guys. Sorry about that. You know how it is, though.
Huh? Whole lighthouse is at your disposal. My ass.
Okay. That came from over there. That way. Anything else I can grab? I want to look behind me, but I'm not going to. Is it out the window? Did I open this?
Dear, congratulations once again on winning our competition. Let us repeat, your submission astonished.
Yeah, I think I read that already. I read that one already. It's in here. Oh, yeah, that's open now. That was locked a second ago. You guys remember. Here we go. See, there's the painting. And rats. Where are they coming from? Can't jump over anything. Hey, you know what? Why not? I want to be alone with it. Ooh, was that a... Oh, I thought the little loops on that were something I could grab. Here we go. Oh. Oh! That was cool.
Might as well make some good use of the phone while I'm here.
That's the game telling me I'm supposed to touch the phone. Which I did immediately last time. I'm going to go this way first.
Our sources say...
Same thing. Alright. Let's proceed.
Hi, darling.
You hear the distortion in his voice right in the first word?
You know I'm here. Can you believe the agency already called to see if I was working?
That's insane. Did you at least have time to settle in a bit? How's the lighthouse? Inspiring? Spooky?
I wish we had a VR version of this. By the way, that's what I want to play later. I want to play a VR game for you guys. It's a horror game.
Certainly something.
But I need to. I got a thing that I want to put on while I do it. And it'll make the game work better for me. So I'm going to try to find that first.
Do your work. To live your life.
Also, I probably won't look like this.
right.
I'll probably be more in
get to
character
it.
costume when I do that. But
Hi,
we'll
son.
see.
Love you.
Love you too, Mama.
Such a dry conversation, in my opinion. She sounds legitimately concerned. He's like, come on, just do what you're supposed to. I know you're a whiny lady, but like, come on. And then the next time I talk to him, I believe he's a little more concerned, but it seems like she's less concerned. It's weird. But here we go.
I know how you must feel.
So now we're actually into
Lost.
Layers of Fear. This is the
Alone.
beginning of the original game.
Hopeless. You probably deserve it. But even for you, there is still a way. A way to bring it all back. The one precious thing you ever truly desired. Finish it.
Yep. Alright, so we're into the game now. So when you first start playing Layers of Fear, the original game, this is where you actually start. You get those dialogue bits, and then you blop in, and then you're just at this entryway, and here you are, and there's no real context to anything whatsoever, and all you know is that there is a lot of hidden information within this family that you need to find out to really understand what's going on. So, with that being said, you pick up this cage. It's a muzzle. Why do we have a muzzle? Over here. Oh, tiny little baby shoe. Kind of weird. Whoop. Yeah, rats are a recurring thing. Okay, so this is something that'll happen later in the game. As I find certain things, I'll be able to have items here. These are all important to the story overall. Some of them I can find around the house before I go through the game, but they won't show here until I find them in their proper context, and also in their proper context I will get more information about them. I have not yet found all of these in any of my playthroughs, so there are yet still many things for me to find. But everything I find,
cease bothering our pest control specialists, as well as refrain from sending us any more of your highly inappropriate letters. All of our employees that visited your house reported absolutely no signs of a rodent infestation of any kind, and as such, decided not to act further than a prophylactic spray. Please treat this letter as a final warning, or else the next envelope you'll receive will be from our lawyers.
Carl Denton, Pesky Pests Pacification Company. You've seen the rats running around. The rats become a thing. I've never understood the rats. I believe the light tower has some more information about who the rat lady or the rat person is, or whatever the thing is that is controlling the rats. So, but yeah, definitely there's a lot of things that we're going to find that I will point out as we do that are like very, oh, okay, so rats are a thing. So like I can come over here, I can see all this stuff, and we will end up in this room at other places in the game, and this room will not look like this room. So like right here, I can walk in here. This is the kitchen. There's things in here I can pick up and move and manipulate and adjust. And then this is a cellar. I can come in here and I can look at everything. Everything's fine. And you will see that as we play through the game, these things are not always what they seem. There's a lot of stuff there. It's nothing important right now. This is the one that I want to go see, because I always do this, so I'm going to do it. Because I've always done it, and I don't want to play this differently than I've always done. So here we go. That's fucking creepy, right? Just so we're clear, that's fucking creepy, right?
Hush. Daddy's here.
Put in that drawer. Okay, so we got Mama's off by herself, kind of sad. Kids definitely like zombie mode in the middle. And Dad, it looks like a space cadet off to the other. Nobody's really close together though. That's definitely a problem. And the family is larger. The fact that the family is larger than anything else in the world means that the family is super important to the child. But both of the parents are distant from the child, meaning that there is no connection there, and nobody is showing joy. Everybody is showing meh, like nobody's got happy faces on. There are 3 flowers, but they are in a separate place from the family. Dad's off looking at the flowers, meaning that he likes to look at pretty things. Mom is off in the woods, meaning that she likes to be off in her own world that way. She's also covered in some weird, hazy things. So obviously Mom is probably, I would assume, substance abusing. And then the child in the middle is depicted with the same open eyes as Dad. Mom actually appears to be potentially blind. Or has some sort of disfigurement in her eyes or whatever, right? But the child Blank, blank, blank. Nothing on them. They have no identity. They feel unseen. They are a shell, a husk. And they are not connected to either of their parents, but their parents are obsessed with something other than them. But they are on the green. They're in this comforting, wholesome green of nature. So they have something that they ground themselves in, and that thing that they ground themselves in is the natural world, is the beauty of the natural world. Mom is obsessed with it in one way, dad is obsessed with it in another. I assume mom is obsessed with it because that's where the drugs come from, and dad is obsessed with it because he's an artist. And I know that much about the game, that he's an artist and whatnot. So, like, that's my Freudian breakdown of that image. God, I've never actually put that much thought into it until I've started playing it with you guys. So, like, whew, here we go. I guess that's me for the rest of the game. Ooh, I got to keep that one. Okay. Didn't I? No, okay, I put it right back. Okay. Let's see what's in here. Can I... Is the peak something I can do with? Okay. Oh, that becomes a thing. If I'm not mistaken, there's a point where she can't really see the owner in any way, shape, or form. But later on, I'm pretty sure something creepy fucking happens with that picture. So the pictures will change as I play this game. Sometimes as I'm looking at them. That's locked because, of course... Oh, this is my office. I'm gonna cheat code because I'm already up here. I'm not gonna pretend I don't know. Oh, there's the monster baby. We'll learn about him in certain pieces.
Let me ask you
Oh,
one simple question.
this is great.
Have you completely lost your goddamn mind? I know you're going through some rough times right now. I really do. That's why I've agreed to let you do those illustrations in the first place. For old time's sake. I even deliberately gave you a trivial task.
And then
because I
I'm gonna
expected
take a
Little Red
pause in
Riding
this room, guys.
to be something you can draw in your sleep. What I didn't expect is to get this demented nightmare fuel you submitted for a kid's bedtime story. There is no way in hell I'm using this, and I already regret agreeing to a payment in advance. Please,
Get your shit together. So that was Liam Brickstone, Whispered Tale Publishing House. So he's trying to make a kid's story about the Little Red Riding Hood story. And well, let me put it this way. This is the art that my character sent him. So there's Little Red. And you can see the big bad wolf, and the big bad wolf has intersected Little Red, and Little Red is on her way to Grandma's house, and the wolf has found Little Red before she gets to Grandma's house, correct? And so he asks her, hey, well, what are you up to? And she goes, oh, well, I am not to be talking to strangers because I was warned by my mother that I shouldn't talk to strangers. But I am, in fact, on the way to my grandmother's house. She lives at this exact location. I will no longer talk to you as you are a stranger because I need to go to my grandmother's house at this exact location. And the wolf says, well, I know a shortcut that will lead you to your grandmother's house even faster. Surely you would like to get there quicker rather than slower. And she goes, well, actually, my grandmother is quite old, frail, and sickly, and I am being sent on a mission to bring her food, nourishment, and to keep her healthy. So yes, the quicker I can get there, the better. And the wolf goes, well, if you follow this path, you'll get there even quicker. Why don't you get on to Grandma's house? Little Red says, why, thank you so much, Mr. Wolf, and trots on to Grandma's house, going, yeah, I'll get there quicker. That's great. The issue is that the wolf is not a good guy. The wolf is sinister. The wolf is manipulative. The wolf is cunning. The wolf is gaslighting the fuck out of Little Red Riding Hood. So the wolf gets to Grandma's house and knocks on the door and identifies himself as Red Riding Hood. And Grandma opens the door, expecting Red Riding Hood, and is eaten by the wolf. That's actually what happens in the story. In a lot of the tellings modern days, she's eaten whole, and she lives in his belly for a while. But in the story, she's just straight up murdered and eaten by the wolf. The fact is that then the wolf takes her clothing and puts it on himself to disguise him as Grandma, shuts the door, and waits for Little Red to show up. Little Red shows up, and he's in disguise, telling everybody that he's Grandma. And Red just fucking gets it, because, Grandma's got a cold, and she's not been feeling good, and I haven't seen her in a little while, so, the fact that she doesn't look herself, well, I guess I have to chalk it up to she's just not feeling well. That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm bringing her the goodies for, is so that she will feel better. Well, she gets here, and boy, god damn it, Grandma just definitely, I can't get over it. Grandma doesn't look good. So she starts calling it out, like, Grandma, boy, what big eyes you have. And Grandma says, well, the better to see you with, my dear. But Grandma, what big nostrils you have. Well, the better to smell you with, my dear. Well, Grandma, what big mouth you have. The better to eat you with, my dear. And the wolf then eats a Little Red Riding Hood. Again, this is why the guy said nightmare fuel. Because this is supposed to be for a kid's book. But then in a lot of the stories, he eats Little Red Riding Hood the same as he does, supposedly Grandma, whole, down in his belly. And he's just such an overindulgent wolf that he takes the small child and gulps them down in one, right? And then from there, the wolf is fat and happy with his gluttonous consumption. But the good old woodsman has been friends with Grandma for a while, and he knows of her illness, and he is intending to check in on her. And this is not depicted here, but then the woodsman shows up and finds the fat and happy wolf slumbering. Depending on the telling of the story, everybody's already dead, but the woodsman cuts him open, takes out all of the people, puts back in stones to replace the people, and then the wolf goes on to die with stones in his belly instead of people, food. Yeah, how you doing, honey? I'll be right there. Love you. Okay. Bye. And then depending on the other versions of the story, you have where instead of being consumed properly, the wolf has consumed these people wholly, and they are still sitting in his belly, undigested. And they might be uncomfortable, they might be terrified out of their fucking minds, they might be helpless to get out of this situation because they're going to die if they stay there. They will be digested. But the woodsman comes along while the wolf is vulnerable, cuts the wolf's belly open, gets the people out, then they take a bunch of rocks and put them back in the belly, and then throw the wolf into the water, and because he is got a belly full of rocks, he sinks to the bottom and drowns. Vengeance is sweet, my friends. So, long story short, this is a fucked up fairy tale from the beginning that, like, there's no happy way to tell it. And he just told it as it was.
I'm sorry. I'll make it up to you. Tonight it's all about you and me.
Oh, okay, that's him and his wife having some marital issues and promises not being fulfilled. Oh, yeah, that's the same thing that I just did. So, yep. Oh, what's this guy in the drawer? Let's get you real quick. Oh, there's the key. Yep, so the downstairs door is locked if I went straight to it, so that's why I need the key. This is the monster baby. He's fucking weird. Alright, so I'm going to stand here. I will be back, y'all. I need to go help my lady. She had some wrist surgery this last Friday, so she needs some pain meds. So I'm not going to make her wait. So I'm on my way to go help her, and I will be back. I hope you guys keep having a spooky, fantastic, haunting Halloween, and I will be back, and we will get into some of the actual scary shit of this game. Alright, see you guys in a minute. Okay, so I am back. And I'm sorry that took so long. But my wife's recovering some surgery, so y'all can fucking sit there and fast forward or wait your asses off. I don't give a shit. You can't be patient, then my channel's not your channel. That's a pissed off letter. Ooh. I heard some knocking. Was that there a second ago? Alright, well anyway. You get the point. Lots of interesting shit scattered around lots of interesting areas. Oh, and then there's I didn't count how many times that was. I would love if somebody in the comments would count how many times that was and tell me how many times that was. That's probably important.
Some call him the new Caravaggio. Others compare him to Van Eyck. One awestruck critic who wished to remain unnamed went as far as to invoke, quote, the spirit of the great Leonardo. Any way you slice it, the exhibition proved an immense success. Its distinct style has been praised for its unique combination of Renaissance influences and more progressive techniques. The artist himself attended the event in the company of his beautiful fiancée, looking stunning in her black gown, revealed to us exclusively that the couple are indeed expecting.
That means babies, y'all. That's why the baby shoes are important. Alright.
How the hell did they fuck up the length?
I agree with his sentiment though, because it says one times, meaning that you get one of below knee prosthesis, which would mean like say you have like had like just below your knee amputated and you need a prosthesis prosthetic limb. That's what a prosthesis is that kind of a thing. So this is a prosthetic limb that this person has specially had made for themselves and specially had ordered, and when they get it, the leg is too long or too short. If the prosthetic leg is too long, it's going to cause you to limp with the other leg and to not be able to use the prosthetic leg effectively. If the leg is too short, the exact same thing, but in opposite, it's going to cause you to limp onto the prosthetic leg and also not be able to use it correctly, but also have a really high risk of like hurting yourself with a prosthetic. That can still happen the other way around too. It's just like you're putting way more weight on the prosthetic if it's too short than if it's too long. Depending on how long it is, then that's going to cause a weight distribution that's not right, and it's going to want to almost like a back break. Anyway, long story short, they should not be fucking that up. That should be on point. So the fact that they got a prosthetic limb and it is not exactly what it should be is just horrendously negligent on the company. Obviously, accidents happen, and it's just the way it is. But as a customer, I feel he has every right to be pissed.
I didn't touch the workshop, just like you asked. Although I can't imagine the mess that's inside. Also, if you care so much for that room, maybe you should pay more attention to where you leave the keys. I brought them back to your office.
That sounds like a woman who gets beat. That's all I'm saying. I don't know, but that's what I'm saying. I don't know. But that's what I'm saying. Alright, I gotta show you guys downstairs, because we're gonna end up down here too. This is all foreshadowing. So this is with no hauntings. Like, basically, we don't get any... We get a bunch of weird shit, but we don't get any hauntings full on in until we go into those doors that I found the key for. So I can walk all the way back here. I'm just showing you guys it. I know it's super fucking dark, isn't it? Report card. I didn't look great. I mean, did you see those grades? Jesus Christ. Reading C, D, F, C. That's not good. Like 2 C's, a D, like that. Okay. And then an F. But then you got a D, B, C, D. Like, okay, well, we got a B and a C. That's and then 2 D. That's definitely written communication. Good on you. You're doing better. So, like, is this the writer? Oh my God, is this the writer that we're playing right now? Or no, because she's a black woman, and I feel like the child is definitely a white child. I don't know. I could be wrong on that, but that's my hunch. That's what I've gotten. But anyway, but like the writing bits were better, and then mathematics F D F C. Yeah, mathematics not so much. Science C D C F. Again, like science are fun, so we got into that a little bit here and there, but then we got bored by the end of the year and we quit out on it. And then social sciences DCFD. Like we started off not liking it. Something caught our interest at some point, and then we gave the fuck up on it. And then we tried to pull it back so we didn't get in trouble because we were getting yelled at by our parents because of how many bad marks we were having in our first 3 trimesters. And then we got art. Oh, art is at an A, another A. That's a B and an A. Okay, so they're an artist. And then music, that is a B, an A, a B, and an A. Yeah, so, okay, so mom is a musician, dad is an artist. Mommy and daddy give no fucks about any other element of their education. They're only being supported in those 2. Oh, I could have just... I'm reading them over here. I could have read them over there. I'm an idiot. Anyway. And then physical education is excused. So... They were exempt from physical education, excused from class. All right, but we're going to head back upstairs now, and we're going to start the game proper. Yeah, this shit's going to change drastically as we go through. So you'll notice in the bottom right corner, I got that key symbol. It's going to go away here when I unlock the door.
I didn't touch them.
See? So I was able to unlock the door. Now the key's gone away. Oh. Get it right this time. So now that this game is in the Unreal 5 or whatever it is, and the PS5, we actually have proper ray tracing, so we're actually getting reflections where they come from. So that, wait, there's a light behind me there. There's no light behind me there that would be causing that. That's freaky. Because there's an actual thing that happens here relative to this. If I'm not mistaken. I heard a knock knock somewhere. Oh shit, where was that?
No, this is private.
Yeah, I could see myself in mirrors because of the ray tracing and whatnot. You ready? Tell me how pretty my painting is, guys. Isn't it gorgeous? No, I mean seriously. Isn't it gorgeous? Alright, so nothing in yours changed.
Two souls, so passionate, so talented, and yet they wanted to build something so ordinary. A home, a wife, a family, peaceful life. Betrayal of everything that made them both artists, and yet they clung to it.
Naked babies are fun in art. Alright, now see, that's not the room that I came in from, right? That's not the entryway. This should be the entryway. This is not the entryway. So we have diverted. This happens every time. If I'm not mistaken, every time I have looked away. But there is, I believe, a door here. No, there isn't. I'm not looking back. That shut behind me. Just out of reach. Oh shit, outside. Oh! Okay.
We are truly
We're in it now, by the way, guys. If you couldn't tell.
Proposition. After discussing dates with my colleague, we find this date the best time to open the exhibition.
I'm gonna move my camera.
Everything. Getting a piano to our gallery.
I think I'm gonna be better down here. Because I don't feel like there's actually been anything in this bottom corner that's terribly important, and there has been a lot of story that I'm covering up over there. Worst case scenario, I'll flip myself around and put myself up in the top corner on the right, but I think I'm better down here. So, yeah. So I have 3D audio on, so as I turn this way, I can hear audio out this ear. Or if I turn this way, I can hear it out that ear. So if you guys have headphones and you plug them in, you should be able to also hear the stereo sound effect. It might not be as good as the 3D audio because I'm on the PS5 and it has the like actual 3D effect. Okay, yeah, I'm locked in here. Oh wait, I got this. Oh, fucking sure. Yeah. The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. So the Picture of Dorian Gray, if you don't know what this is a reference to basically a story about a guy who was presented with a scenario where he is now immortal, but he has a portrait that was painted of him that is his true self. So as he keeps this painting alive, he can live. No matter what he does, he cannot die so long as this painting maintains itself. And any horrible thing that he does to himself, he could eat any poison. He could light himself on fire. He could stand in front of a steamroller, and miraculously somehow he would survive it. Well, the portrait of him, the painting of him, not so much. It will suffer the effects of all of the ill choices he has made in his life, even if that means lying to people. The painting will become uglier and uglier and uglier as he portrays ugly attributes outwardly toward people. So he as a person maintains purity and beautifulness, but the portrait of him that he keeps secret and tucked away and hidden becomes more and more hideous. And it is the dilemma of the story as to whether or not what is the value of virtue, basically. And it is up to the reader to decide where they land on that. But based on we're doing some fucked up shit in our playthrough, and we also have a guy who is a big painter, and we also have a guy who goes down that rabbit hole, like the Oscar Wilde Picture of Dorian Gray reference is a lovely little Easter egg, because it is actually basically about, I want to say 65 to 80% of what this story is kind of based on, but not directly, more loosely.
Understand what it takes to make a good painting.
So these are in my head.
The
Memories.
Work doesn't start with the brush, just like family doesn't start with marriage. It starts with canvas.
Speaking of canvas, now you'll notice in the bottom right corner I have one piece of the puzzle, as it were. There are, if you have noticed earlier, there were some blank frames. And as I find those, I can potentially fill those frames up with, okay, what's this? First step's the hardest.
I can't remember the last time I wore these.
Oh, the prosthetic foot thing.
Last time I could move freely.
But if I find enough of them, I will actually complete paintings, and then those empty paintings will fill up with paintings that are no longer empty. Yep, locked in. That shut behind me. I'm not going to turn and look at it yet. I want to see if there's anything else I can look at. Yep, here we go. Okay, yep. So we got whoever. Okay, what? All right, I got y'all. Hang on a minute. Okay, so that didn't work. Okay, so it says Bart Morello portrayed himself as fulfilling the wishes of his children. Okay. So this person portrayed himself as being able to fulfill the wishes of his children. I can't go in that one. That's the door I came in, by the way. I can't go back out the door I came in. Okay. And then I come in here. This is the same room, but all fucked up and dark. Click, come back in here. Boop. Alright, let's give them an extra easy excuse to do whatever they do. I'll come up here. Let's see if it says the same thing. It's actually interesting. I didn't think about that. Bart Murillo, you are going to fulfill the wishes of your children. Alright, so that might be what it actually says. Bart Murillo, you are going to fulfill the wishes of your children. Okay, let's see if it changed. Now it's back to Bart Murillo portrayed himself fulfilling the wishes of his children. And the room is fixed again. See? So in the disrupted version, he sees himself as fulfilling the wishes of his children. And that is his calling. And in the real version, it says that he portrays himself as doing that. Not that he did it, and not that that is the reality, but that that is his mindset. I don't remember grabbing a unlocky thing.
Now, tiny bit to the left. Yes, just like that.
Let me draw you like one of my French girls.
Oh, those lovely curves just right.
I'm not that round.
What? Yes, that's skinny as fuck. I'm not that what? Does somebody else see something round there? Like, that's flat-chested and skinny as fuck. Maybe that makes more sense as we go later on, but that doesn't make any sense right now. To me, anyway. Oh, well that's... Yep, okay, so we go this way. And that locked behind me. Naked baby on my shoulder because that's normal. Don't look at me, I'm drawing naked babies. Hey, as long as you don't tell anybody about all of those naked babies in my basement, I won't kill you and we can be friends. A guy doing a double take while having a picture drawn because he was worried that people were going to find out about all the naked babies in his basement. This guy doesn't have access to naked babies. Another guy doing a double take because he's worried that the FBI is about to find out about his naked baby collection. What happens when you collect naked baby pictures? I'm actually not sure what's happening here, but it looks very sexual. That just looks like a fucking good time on a Saturday night. I don't know. I have no negative comments or naked baby. Wait, is that naked baby holding up the bed? It has too big of boobs to be a naked baby, but like that is. This has to be an Aphrodite reference. This has to be a reference to Aphrodite, in my opinion. I don't know. Oh, that's just fucking cool. Again, no snarky comments. Like, that's just... Took a picture of that. Right there. I crop my face out of that. Oh, okay, and then this one. What? That felt... Okay, we'll read that. It's like... So this one is actually like bleeding material. Okay, thank you. I feel like that one was one that I had no problem with. I don't remember. Because that was double takes. Does that look different to you guys? That looks different to me. Taking another picture of this. That looks a little different to me. I don't know. Yep, here we go. Fun time. Oh, fuck. That's not what I wanted to do. What the fuck? I swear to God, I've done other things in that room that, like, where the hell did that come from? Okay. Well, we're here. Wait. You guys saw there was some shit, right? Like, there was shit here, and I just turned around, and now it's gone. Fuck. And it says, buried hope never dies. What? I understand what that means. I don't like it. That's not good for me, guys. Okay, so if you don't understand what buried hope never dies means. So buried hope means that I have hope, but I'm burying it down inside me, and I'm keeping it special and secret because I don't want the captors, I don't want the people who control me to know about the hope that I have that I'll become free one day and I'll escape their whateverness. I can't tell anybody about this hope that I have, because if I told them about the hope, then that would give them the end that they need to be able to block me from being able to do it. So I need to keep my hope secret to myself. So buried hope, this hope inside me, this hope that I will live, it never dies, because I won't let them shut it out. I have faith. I have a belief that I will exonerate myself and I will become free. But here's the problem. If your oppressors truly have a foothold on you and there's no way out, then all you can do is maintain that hope. And forever will you be trapped with naught but hope. believing that one day you will be ratified, and one day you will be free, and one day you will be validated for all the hope that you maintain. But if you do not actually free yourself and you do not actually get away, then all you ever had was hope. And in fact, hope was what held you back, because you waited for that to save you, and you did not. You were not. Hope did not help you. And it's absolutely abysmal when you look at it that way. And so that's where, when you go back to the ancient Greek myth with Pandora and Pandora's box, when she finally opens, when Pandora's box is finally opened, all of the evils of the world are released upon the world. But the one thing that is left within Pandora's box is hope. You have two ways to imagine that. Either hope was locked away inside Pandora's box and is therefore unattainable by humanity. We have no hope. We know of hope. We imagine hope, but we have no real conception of hope, because it's been locked in Pandora's box, and we are doomed to a reality where only the terrors exist and no hope truly does. Or when hope was the only thing that remained, then that means that we have now access to hope. That's the only thing that we were able to keep. We held on to hope. Hope is available. Shit's bad. Everything's bad. So much bad. But we have hope. So as long as we still have that hope locked away, and as long as we maintain that hope, then no matter how bad things get, we can push through. Because that's all we got is hope. So it's however you want to look at it. If you want to look at it glass half empty, glass half full, it's how you want to do it. I actually kind of like the idea of no hope as fuck, because like it's more pragmatic, and it also has the idea of, well, that doesn't mean we can't do it. It just means that like we can't rely on luck alone. So buried hope never dies, because when you bury the hope, it becomes essential. You have to keep it alive to keep it buried. If it dies, then everybody knows that it has no purpose, it has no furtherance, like it is done, it is dead. So you don't ever want it to die, you want it to carry on, so it has to be something that everybody cares about. You're pretty. What was a joke? Fuck. It's super dark. I'm almost ready to like go in and change the settings, but like this is the same settings that I've been playing on, so Hibbs. Is the room changing on me that much? It feels wrong. Oh my, yeah. I knew it was fucking changing on me, guys. God damn it.
Sharper.
Oh my, I just watched Sweeney Todd earlier today, like by the Demon Barber of Fleet Street. Okay, there we go. Blah, 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 blah. You know, because that's normal. Oh, and he's... Okay, yep. So that opens up, that means I should go that way. I'm going this way just to see what happens. Heard a thump thump.
I think I have the music for all the paintings now. I'm going to play it for you this evening. You're going to love it.
Alright, so I'm gonna love it. Yeah. You know what? Alright, guys. I'm going through this with the mindset of, like, me. I'm going to go through this with the mindset of, like, let's just get through this as quick as possible. I'm going to stop thinking about it. You can't fight her. Four. One.
No matter what we did, the fireplace just wasn't enough to warm this room.
164. Oh, God!
Don't be scared. It's just a book, Birdie.
One 164, right? 4. Oh, 9. 694. The room's all fucked up now. There's a piece of that picture that wasn't there a second ago.
This is fine. This is good. These are great conditions. I can finish it. I can. I will. I need to. For all our sakes. For our family.
For a family? Or just for you? Go on. Tip the scales.
Yeah. So we're back. This is where we started, by the way. Oh, that's shut behind me. Okay. This is basically where we started, by the way. Alright, guys. I'm going to call it here for now. I'm going to try to start making this a Friday thing, okay? Sometime Friday, I will try to do one of my scary games. A little bit later today, I'm going to try to do a game that I have that's a VR game. That's one of the scary games that I have, and we'll see how that goes, if that works or not. But we'll see. But anyway, if you guys watched and you enjoyed it, definitely please give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like it and you want to give me a thumbs down, that's okay. Just please leave me a comment down below explaining why you did it, so that I understand why algorithmically it's going that way, and I can decide whether or not it's important enough to change. But beyond that, if you guys enjoyed the show, yeah, like it, share it. Only subscribe if you want to see more of this stuff, because I definitely don't have my shit under control. You can't count on it under actual habit or anything like that. But I will totally see you guys in any future videos if you want to come watch me. And if you do subscribe and you do that, then you can get that. So I'm YonNfoolery. This has been YonNfoolery. And thank you so much for watching. Thank you for watching me play through some of Layers of Fear. This is the PS5 edition of Layers of Fear. There was Layers of Fear 1 and 2 on PS4, as well as some of the expansions. This is a whole other, this is the next level reimagination of those games all as one game, but on the PS5 generation. So, thank you for watching. I've been YonNfoolery. You have been YouTube. Thank you for watching YonNfoolery, and I will catch you guys in the next one.